I've been a doctor for over 20 years, 23 years this year. And if somebody had told me 23, 25 years ago, hey, doc, you're going to spend the middle of your career dealing with absolute nonsense, I would tell them, nah, I don't think it'll get that bad. But here we are. Today we still hear things like pharma pusher. I was called a pharma pusher because when someone comes into my office for me to see their child, as a pediatrician, I recommend vaccines. They're evidence-based, they're safe, and they prevent infection instead of causing infection or allowing infection to proceed and cause disability or worse, death. So I'm a bad person because I recommend vaccines. I don't get any benefits from them. They cost a lot of money. Some of them are $300 to $500 a dose, thousands of dollars per box. It's expensive to order vaccines, but it's worth it if I prevent infection in my patients. I might get back 90% what I paid for them, so I lose 10% every time I give vaccines. I bill an injection fee that barely covers the cost of paying my staff, storing the items, and buying supplies so that I'm safely administering vaccines, because the most common way a vaccine injury occurs is incorrect administration of the vaccine, improper technique, etc. So I'm not a pharma pusher. Pharmaceutical companies, they bring me chicky strips and iced tea. We chit chat, and most of the time I can't afford their products. They're too expensive. I can't afford to write a prescription. They're too expensive for my patients. So we're about the farthest as you can be. As pediatricians, we hardly get any pharmaceuticals in our office. And the ones that are the expensive ones that probably have the more lavish lunches and presentations are other doctors prescribing other medicines, not me, not pediatricians. Even the most expensive vaccine or expensive monoclonal antibody that I can give, that I can purchase and keep in my office, is $500, maybe $1,000 a dose. It's nothing like some of the biologics that are tens of thousands of dollars or even more. So we're not pushers. We just recommend. We practice evidence-based medicine. I've been doing this a long time, 23 years. I've received no kickbacks. I'm not on the board of anything. I don't own stock in anything that is in any way a conflict of interest. I'm just out here doing my job, and I've been doing it well for over 20 years. So sorry. I don't know how to get through to people anymore. I never knew that the distrust would be this bad, and that my entire career would be, at this moment, it feels like I just flushed all these years of training and expertise down the toilet. I mean, they're so busy doubting me and treating me like I'm the bad guy. It gets to us. Like, we have feelings. We're not bad people. We stay within our scope of practice. We do what's best for our patients. We follow guidelines. We follow recommendations of our own. It's just disheartening. Then there's this whole idea of medical freedom, which is a buzzword, as is holistic, as is natural. So medical freedom, what is that? The freedom to choose? You always have the freedom to choose. But if you're making your choice based on disinformation, that's not informed consent. So that's not medical freedom. That's just listening to a person that doesn't know what they're talking about and just wants to fool you and get you scared, and using doubt mongering. I saw that term today. I like that, doubt mongering. I don't use fear mongering. I tell you the truth. And the truth is sometimes scary, and it does involve a bit of fear of the consequences of a disease. Holistic used to be a great word. It meant you're going to do a psychological, a sociological, and a physical approach to a patient's care. That used to be a great term. Now it's a trash term. It means you want me to do stuff that doesn't have anything to do with pharmaceuticals and is a bunch of supplements that don't work and have no backing and have no testing and no potency. It's just nonsense where I can actually charge extra for supplements and make a lot more money. Supplements is a very lucrative industry. It's not something I believe in, making money off of lying to people. That's not good. Natural isn't better. Natural can be dangerous. Poison ivy, snake venom, arsenic, asbestos. These things are natural. They're not good for you. Thinking that natural is better is a logical fallacy. It's called the appeal to nature logical fallacy. Thinking that synthetic is dangerous is also woven into that as a converse. Synthetic isn't dangerous. Synthetic is identical in some ways, chemically. That's the difference. If the chemical structure is identical, but it was synthetically made, it's actually the same thing. So yeah, we just need people to think again. We need y'all to think again. Please think. And then you can ask us questions. We're nice people. You can ask us genuine questions, but when we give you the answer, it's polite to say, well, thanks for answering. And that's it. Don't come back with a quippy response. Well, big pharma shill, or my favorite today is, I knew this person was being disingenuous. They were like, have you ever seen a vaccine injury? And I said, no, never. Never. And they're like, well, I've seen one. And I wasn't being disingenuous. You're just using my appearance and my race and the fact that I'm not a doctor like you against me and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I just knew that you were disingenuous from the get-go because you're using terms like vaccine injury. That's a legal term. We don't call it vaccine injury. We call it adverse reaction. So, nonsense. So, holistic, wellness, natural. You can use natural. It's not better. You can use holistic like the wellness industry means. It is not holistic. It's ignoring things. Holistic means this, and this, using it all. An all-encompassing approach. If you're ignoring pharmaceuticals, that's not holistic. That means you're just doing the natural approach, even if it's worse for you and even if it harms you. And even if it has placebo effect, meaning it makes you feel better, but it didn't actually cure anything. Can you eat or not eat your way out of disease? No, you can't. There are some diseases that have nothing to do with what you ingest. They're just going to happen to you because of genetics. So, good luck, everybody. This has been kind of a rant, but there's been a lot of rants that I can talk about these things because I get the same nonsense. I'm not on an ivory tower. I'm just a regular doctor in a small town that's been doing this for 20 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, and I know a lot of stuff, and I'm always willing to learn new things if people are genuinely trying to share knowledge with me. Take care.